everybody. Welcome to the Mindful UK podcast. It's Maya back again. So, today I'm going to be talking about seasonal depression. It's about to get hot. You guys know about seasonal depression. Come on. So, yeah, let's just get into it. First of all, I want to introduce something to Mindful that I actually was supposed to introduce before, but I think every single time I started recording the episode, I got so excited, or I got a guest, I get so excited, I forgot to introduce it. So what I'm going to be talking about is your mind half empty or half full today? So you guys know my logo. It's basically based on the proverb, is the cup half empty or half full, to kind of see if you have an optimistic view of life or kind of a pessimistic one. So at the start of each episode, I'm going to be asking, is your mind half empty, half full? I'm going to be talking about my mind. Is my mind half empty or half full today? Because what I've realized is that sometimes I have a bad day and I'll need to come in and record, and I try and force myself to be happy. But then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we actually have bad days. It's normal to have bad days. And I'm going to be open with you guys and tell you, I'm having a bad day today. I'm still recording, but I've had a bad day today. Not today though. Today's actually all right. It's pretty early right now, so I've not had the opportunity for my day to go bad. But yeah, I kind of just had a nice swift journey to the studio, whatever. My mind is half full today, and I hope it remains half full for the whole day. And I hope it's the same for you guys. So anyway, getting into seasonal depression. Seasonal depression is something that I first saw on social media. I saw it on Twitter, and I kind of thought I just thought it was a Twitter saying. I didn't know it was an actual thing. I know when it gets warmer we feel happier and whatever, but I didn't know there's actually a medical term for it, and that medical term is seasonal affective disorder, or otherwise known as SAD. And I thought that's crazy. Like, there's actually people who fully go through it. I personally would say my mood does change depending on the seasons, but I wouldn't self-diagnose myself as having seasonal depression. And I think we all need to be mindful of not self-diagnosing, because for some people it's genuinely serious and the symptoms can be crazy. So let's get into the symptoms. It's more than just a low mood. For a lot of people, it has to do with having less daylight. So say, for example, now the days are a lot longer. The sun's setting at about 9 o'clock, rising at 5, 6 a.m. Whereas in winter, the sun rises. There'll be times I'm going to work and it's dark. Like, the sun sometimes rises between 8, 9 o'clock, and it sets like 4 o'clock, sometimes 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So for some people, having like basically a full day of darkness can really lower their mood. And it's actually like a scientific thing. It's there's a chemical change in your brain when there's less sunlight, and that can lead to depressive symptoms. And that's something that I didn't actually know. Like, it's not just, oh, it's dark, I'm upset. There's actually a chemical change in your brain that's changing things when you're not getting enough sunlight. And yeah, that was mad to me when I was doing my research. So yeah, as I was saying, seasonal depression is more than just a low mood. It's a persistent low mood, even a reduced sex drive, tearfulness. Like, this is my first time actually finding a word for it. When I saw tearfulness, it was like I had a ding 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 in my brain, because I've experienced that so much. There'll be times, yeah, where I'm just chilling and I can just feel tears in my eyes, like, or sometimes even in public. Like, there was a time I was on the bus and I just felt tears in my eyes, and nothing had happened in the day for me to be upset or for me to cry. I was just tearful. Like, I just felt low and I had tears in my eyes. So to see tearfulness was very, very like enlightening for me. Like, there's actually a term for it, and there's a term for so many feelings that we have and we don't realize it. We think it's just us, when there's actually terms for it. Other people are going through it, and it's crazy. Also oversleeping, and it's a lot easier to fall out of morning routines. So like, most of the time when it's sunny in the morning, for me personally, I find it so much easier to get up, go to the gym, go for a walk. Like, I don't know, something about the brightness just makes you want to do more. Whereas when it's dark, I don't know, you just lose your motivation. You're just like, oh, don't want to go to the gym. It's cold as well. It's cold. It's rainy. You got to put on loads of layers. When you get in the shower and like it's all hot, you're all nice and warm and hot in the shower, and you got to come out of the shower and you feel all cold. You feel the little cold droplets on you. That feeling is so, so horrible. Like, and it really can demotivate you. But for some people, it's like it really affects their day-to-day life. And yeah, I think there needs to be more awareness of it. I think it's something that so many of us go through, and our symptoms all vary. And who would have thought, even reduced sex drive, that really, really did like shock me to think that just the weather can decrease your want to be intimate is crazy to me. So yeah, like when you fall out of your morning routine, that can affect your mental health in itself. For some people, for me especially, I find that having a routine really helps me keep myself balanced. And when I fall out of that routine, not only does it affect my mental health because it's like I'm not doing the things I'm meant to be doing, but I also beat myself up a lot about it. Like I'm a big like hater of myself. I'm a big Maya hater. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I don't do something, I just I tell myself everything under the sun in my head, and it's really, really bad the things we can tell ourselves in our head, because we can actually enforce it and decrease our self-esteem without anybody else's input. Like the whole world can be saying to you, you're amazing, you're this, that, and the other. But if you don't believe it in your head, then your self-esteem is going to remain low. So that's something I'm practicing, like not beating myself up for things. And I've also noticed when I beat myself up about things, I do it for a prolonged period of time. Whereas if I say I don't do something I'm supposed to do, and the next day I say, okay, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, but I'm going to do it now, then, things would just go back to normal. But instead of doing that, I'm like, oh, I didn't do it. I'm hopeless. I'm this, I'm that. Then I just spend another day of not doing anything. Whereas if I just did it, I wouldn't be beating myself up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's another thing. But I think when we look at seasonal depression, we always look at the side where people are happy in the winter, and I mean happy in the summer and sad in the winter. But it's also interesting to know that there's the other side of things. There's a lot of people who don't like the summer and actually prefer the winter. And I think I'm kind of more on that side. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm more on that side a little bit. I could be a bit biased because my birthday's in the winter and I always look forward to my birthday. Like I feel like it doesn't matter what the weather's like or anything. I'm like, oh my God, it's my birthday coming up. And I also really like Christmas lights. Like for me, Christmas lights really make a difference to my mood. Like I love going like in London, Marble Arch, and there's just lights everywhere and Christmas songs. Like the Christmas season, I really love. And I think that's something that boosts my mood. And that might be the reason why I kind of prefer winter over summer. Yeah, I think it actually is like, yeah, it plays a big part. So there's a quote that I saw on the Mind website, and it said, I close the curtains in the evening and wish it was dark so I can go to bed, but it's broad daylight. And to me, that was so interesting because I feel the same. Like everyone thinks I'm crazy, yeah, but I love the darkness, and I love to, I'm always napping. I'm always telling you guys, I'm always having a nap. And I hate in the daytime when in the summertime when it's daytime, everyone's active, it's noisy, there's music, and I just want to shut out. I just want it to be dark so I can just go to sleep and just chill. And I can't do that. And that is something about summer that really irritates me, because as an introvert, my social battery runs out very, very quickly. So in summer, it's like you're expected to, go out and do this and talk to people. I'm trying to just go to the shop. I see like 100 people I know. No offense to the people that I know. Like, obviously, it's nice to see you guys, but sometimes I genuinely just don't feel like talking. Sometimes I just want to be by myself. And in summer, it's so hard to do that. And I think that can affect a lot of people's mental health, because it's like, you want time alone, your social batteries run out, but it's really, really hard to kind of block people out, because summertimes when everyone's active, everyone's out, everyone's having fun. And there's just more opportunity for social interactions in the summer. Everyone's going to brunches, everyone's going parties, clubbing, going to the park, having picnics. Like there's so many things to do in the summer, and that can also get you out of your routine the same way that, dark, cold mornings can get you out of your routine. Having so many things to do and so many interactions can also get you out of your routine. And I think that's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is I have really bad fear of missing out, aka FOMO. And like, I can get invited somewhere, and in my head I know, like, Maya, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, da, da, da. But I don't want to miss out. Like, I'm like, and you know what? That phrase YOLO, that phrase YOLO is good and bad at the same time, because it's like, yeah, go off and do whatever. But I literally use that as an excuse for everything. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go here, but YOLO, I'm gonna go there instead. And like, I think we basically, I don't know about me, but you guys, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but me, I need to be very careful with how I use that phrase, because I will literally use that phrase to get out of everything. So yeah, when you have like bad FOMO like me, and your social battery runs out, and you just, you find you want to go to parties and whatnot, but you also have things to do. Someone can really be hard in that aspect, because it's like, you're upset that you're going out when you have things to do, but then when you actually say no and you do what you need to do, wait, I'm confusing myself. You do what you need to do and you don't go out, you're there watching people snaps and stuff, and then that upsets you. So it's like you can't win. You're upset if you go out, but you're also upset if you don't go out. You know what I mean? And that's basically what I find. So yeah, like, it's humid as well in the summer. I think, say I was spending my summer in like, I don't know, Portugal or the Caribbean. If I was spending my summer somewhere where there was a beach or something, maybe my seasonal, I still don't want to call it seasonal depression, because I personally don't think I have it, but my seasonal low mood would be different. Just because, like, in London it's humid. It's humid in London. There's cars everywhere. Like, the setting is just not right. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what it is. The setting is just not right. When I'm by a beach, there's a nice wind. I don't know, there's something about the waves that's calming. And in the hot countries, you find that, like, yeah, it's less polluted, less humidity, and there's so much wind as well. In London, when it's hot and people love it, I'm like, what do you like about this? I'm sorry, what do you actually like about this? Because I'm boiling hot. There was a day, it was last year, and it's mad because it was my cousin's birthday, so I should remember the specific day. I think it was like the 18th of June. 18th of June. That day, oh my God, we went to the park for my cousin's birthday, yeah? And my goddaughter's birthday. It was on the same day. Oh my God, it was so hot. It was so hot. And I had to get on the bus to get to this park, yeah? And the thought of getting on the bus was literally like icking me out all day. I was like, oh my God, I've got to get on the bus, got to get on the bus. Da, da, da. And maybe that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do you guys know about self-fulfilling prophecy? Which is basically like, when you tell yourself something's going to happen, it happens. So like, say, for example, like I said to you guys, like, my mind's half full today. If I said my mind's half empty today, and I said my day is just gonna keep going wrong, like, I'm gonna have the worst day ever, I'm gonna have the worst day ever. Whereas if I have like more of a positive outlook on things, it will probably go a lot better. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I kept telling myself, oh, I'm getting on the bus, like, it's gonna be so hot, da 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 da. And yeah, when I got on the bus, it was everything I expected it to be. It was hot, sticky, clammy. It was busy. Everybody was just around me. And when I get like that, I get so agitated. Like, I'm not myself. Whereas when it's cold, it's okay, cool, it's cold, but I can layer myself up, and less people are out as well. So it's just a lot more chill. But that specific day, it was like, I think it was 30 something degrees. We had 40-degree. Anyway, climate, I was going to talk about climate change, but this isn't a climate change. This isn't an environment podcast, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, those 40-degree days, and any day that's like above, I can do 28 degrees. Anything above 28 degrees, I don't like it in London. If it's 28 degrees in London, and at some point this summer, think about me and think, Maya's upset today, because I will be upset. But yeah, like, that specific day, it was so hot, and I was just, it lowered my mood. Like, I had a good time, obviously. It was nice to go to the park and stuff, but I did my makeup. I don't know why I did my makeup. Why did I even do my makeup? But I did my makeup. By the time I got there, my makeup was gone. This is when my locks were like baby locks. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys care about locks, but when I look at my locks from a year ago, they look crazy, but I had like little baby locks, and I like to do a little 1-2 edge, make it a little bit cute or whatever when I don't have a retwist. And yeah, my edges were up in the sky. Like nothing was looking cute. And I think that's what annoys me too. Like I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I don't feel cute, I don't look cute. Our makeup stops matching after a while as well. Oh my God. Like you got to buy new makeup. Well, personally, I don't buy new makeup. I just stop wearing it altogether. But it's annoying when you get darker and your foundation doesn't match anymore. Or like when you wear a wig, people don't talk about when you wear a wig. When you wear a wig and you glue it down and you take the wig off and you got a tan line, not cute. Not cute at all. I feel like I've turned this podcast into me talking about why summer's not good. I've blatantly turned it into me talking about why summer's not good. But no, I'm raising awareness for you guys, because when we think of seasonal depression, we literally think people are upset in winter. People are upset in summer, bro. People are actually upset in summer. And I know the way I'm describing it is just like little things that annoy me or whatever. But on a serious note, there are genuinely people out there who this affects like on a serious basis, like to the point where they can't go out, or they're constantly in a low mood. And it's actually serious. It's genuinely a thing. So yeah, I think like for me, just taking breaks is really, really important in the summer, because yeah, too much social interaction just sends me. So this year I've been practicing like little solo trips and just going out by myself. Like I've always relied on people to go out. Like when people say they can't go somewhere with me, I just won't go. Or like, yeah, I'm always like in my shell or hide behind someone else. But recently I've been practicing just going places by myself, being comfortable with my own company, and even like when I am in my own company, not using my phone as a distraction, because you can go out and enjoy your own company, but if you're on your phone the whole time, then technically it's like you're not really by yourself. You know what I mean? Like practicing being present, practicing being in the moment. And that's what I like to do. Sometimes I really need to recharge. I see myself like a phone sometimes. Like my battery starts running out and I have to separate myself, do something and recharge. And that's like what I did when I went to Brighton a couple months ago. You guys can see it on my TikTok, Mindful UK TikTok. I took a little trip to Brighton and it was just bliss. It was absolute bliss. And somebody did say to me, like, yeah, like when you feel like a low mood or whatever, you should make it a routine, like make it a thing you do. Obviously, it can get expensive doing it every month, but I don't know, maybe every 6 weeks or so, just take a little trip by myself and recharge. But yeah, basically, guys, seasonal depression is not just a Twitter saying. If you thought the same thing like me, this is a real thing that people are going through. And when I was doing my research before I started this podcast, I spent a lot of time on the Mind website. I think it's called mind.org. It's not spelled MY, obviously. It's mind.org.uk, I think. And they have a lot of videos and education about seasonal depression and a lot of quotes as well. And when you really like see people's stories and the fact that it's a serious thing and not just a Twitter and TikTok thing, because people on Twitter and TikTok, they make it more of a light-hearted thing, but it's actually not light-hearted. Like it's genuinely a thing, and it's something that we need to try and help each other with and raise awareness of. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the podcast. This is Maya. Also, don't forget that I have my anonymous platform where you can send me any messages, open mind, open book. I think I might have an episode where I actually like talk about you guys' messages as well. So feel free to message me. The link is in my bio on my Instagram. And if you don't want to be anonymous and you're comfortable enough to message me, then do that as well. All messages are appreciated. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.